Allo, allo. Except this particular story isn't a fable, and this is not the one whose characters are animals. I am about to tell you a very true story. The story of a boy who enjoyed playing erekpa. One particular Ajegunle boy, actually. He was only 5 years old when this fateful event happened. On that evening, he was playing with his friends. His Togolese mother had taken a trip to Lagos, not to return until after a few weeks, and his father was at work, not to return until late in the evening. Only his stepmother was around, but she too was more than 3 streets away. So on this day, this particular boy was playing kolo beating with his friend. Kolo beating was a football game with a very weird rule. The ball must not pass in between your legs. If your legs are carelessly open enough to allow the ball pass through, you will be beaten until you run towards and touch a particular place that must have been agreed upon before the game started. The space in between your open legs is what we call kolo. So on this fateful evening, the ball entered this boy's kolo. Come see beating. Omo. The boy began to run. The place he was to touch was the door of the entrance of their compound. They were playing the game in the space in front of their compound, not even on the main road. So the space was narrow. As this boy was running towards the door, all of a sudden, he hit his head against the door frame. Na him eye go knock the door frame. Come see blood. All in friend Ja, then Tuama. This 5-year-old boy was drenched in blood. It was his landlord's first son, Brother Wasiu, that rushed him to the hospital. As he rushed him to the hospital, this boy, because this was not his first time having serious injuries, he knew that the treatment could be very painful. So he was shouting, "Paracetamol ni malu! Paracetamol ni malu!" That became his name for the following few years. Paracetamol ni malu. The boy had the cut stitched, and every night and day, his stepmother would use a warm cloth to dab the face of the wound. His right eye was as swollen as that of a pumped cow. But after a few years, he fully recovered, but the scar would never leave. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I got this scar on my face.